So in this lab, we understand the path manipulation in BGP, like how to choose, how to manipulate the path with the help of AS number followed by local preference, MED, and AS path prepend. Four things are there. The path manipulation plays very important role in the BGP. We can manipulate outbound path selection by applying weight and local preference inbound. So by applying weight and local preference configuration inbound, I can manipulate outbound path selection, meaning I can tell R3 while sending the routes to R2, you keep local preference as 200. So that R2 can choose R3 as the best path compared to R4's exit point. So these two are weight and local preference are applied inbound to manipulate outbound path selection. Now, similar way, we can even do inbound path selection. So the following things are going to be applied outbound for manipulating inbound path selection. So I can use AS Prepend and MED. So these are the multiple configuration knobs which we can do in BGP. So to clearly understand this, let's go to R6. And let's see if I'm advertising any prefix over BGP or not. So show IP route. So here you can see I have a 6 series IP address 6.000. If I come to R1, let me check if I can see those 6 IP here also. Show IP route. As you can see, I'm able to see 6 IP and it is saying it is learned via BGP whose IP is starting with 6660 and it is learned via 12.002 here. It is telling this is my primary path as of now. But even R4 can learn the same IP address, right? If I go to R4, to IP route, even R4 is learning the same IP. When R4, R6, R2, both learning 6666 IP address, then why R1 is choosing R2 as the best one? Now, what if I want to modify that? What if I want to modify that and I want R4 to be the primary path, R2 to be the secondary path? Let's do that. So we can apply local preference first. So what I will do, I can go to my R4, I'll apply local preference through R8. If I'm learning any IP address, you modify the local preference as 200. I'll say if the IP is 6000/24, sorry, if IP is 6666, then you change the local preference value. So as of now, what is my LP? Show IP BGP table. If you put show IP BGP table, here you can see I'm having the local preference as nothing, 0. Okay. So let's do that now. Configure terminal. First, I will match the IP address 6666 with the help of an access list. I will say access list 10, permit 6666.0. I'll say 0000255. Finish. Then I will write a route map. Route map, my map, I'll simply say, let's say local. Route map called local. Match the IP address from 10. Those which are matched, then you set the local preference as 200. Okay. So the local preference will become 200 for those IPs which are matched under ACL number 10. And as of now, I have 6660. That series. Now we are just setting the value. We have to call this under the BGP neighbor. So I can go back to my R4 directly. I can type router BGP 10. If my neighbor is 48.008, then route map for local in the inbound direction. So I'm telling whatever IPs I'm with this neighbor, when I'm learning any device, any IP, you call this route map also. So it will come to ribbon table. From ribbon table, before it goes to the rib table, this will take impact. And because of this, the local preference will change. Let's see the change now. Come back to R1, which is the first router. Show IP BGP. Let's see for 6. Now for 6, here you can see 48.002, 8, sorry, and local preference is still 100. There is a small mistake here because it should not show 48.008 as next hop, right? See, for R1, this is not the next hop to reach 66. For R1, R4 should be the next hop to reach someone. So the next hop self command is missed, it seems. Let's configure that. If my neighbor is 14.001, next hop self. If you don't give this command, whatever BGP has sent to R4, it will go directly to R1. Let's wait for some time. So we got neighbor next hop self command is enabled now. Now if I go back to R1, see before for 6666, the next hop was 48.002, which is wrong because for R1, R8 cannot be the next hop. For R1, R4 should be the next hop. So in this case, it is wrong. So we went to R4 and told for neighbor 14.001, next stop is myself. Next stop is self, I told him. So with that detail, if I come back to R1 and if I type show IP BGP, let's see if any change happened. Now you can see now 14.004 became the best, as you can see. So now it shows 14.00 as the best one. Now the next stop has been changed. Before it was 12, now it is becoming 14. So that's how we can simply modify. But still, I'm wondering that the local preference which I applied, right, it is not changed yet. Let me quickly check out my configuration part alone here. 1 minute. Show running configuration. Okay. I said local permit 10 match IP address set local perfect. Okay, fine. Here I'm matching this particular. Oh, here is mistake. I said okay, it's right only, right? Then did I call it under BGP? If my neighbor is 48.008, who is this neighbor? Apply local preference as I apply this route map called local, then in the inbound direction. Okay. Let's clear the BGP table and check. Clear IP BGP star soft. Let me check how am I getting now. Show IP BGP. Okay, now once I clear it, now you can see the local preference got changed. Okay, just that it took some time. Okay, now it was 100 before now. Now if I check again, it should become 200. Now I'm seeing that next stop is 14.004. So we manipulated the outbound path selection. Simple. So that's how you apply local preference to manipulate the outbound path selection by applying inbound. Now the thing is, if I come back to R2, let's check R2, show IP BGP. IPBGP here, no problem at all. So only the R1, R4 has changed everything. The next hop became the R4 for the all other routers. Now, the local preference is going to impact entire BGP domain, meaning it is R4 will become the exit point for reaching 6666 for all the routers inside the BGP. But what if I want somebody to impact only my local router? I want the impact to be on R4 only. I don't want the impact to go to R1 or somewhere else. In that case, we can use something called wait. Now, wait is a Cisco proprietary thing. So for that, first I will remove the local preference one, BGP. If neighbor is 40, no neighbor 48.008 route map local in. Done. So let's write a route map called wait and apply wait for it. So as of now, show IP BGP. Now I have to go to R1 only now. Go to R1. Clear IP BGP start. So let's wait for few seconds now. Okay, so let's check now. Show IP BGP. Now if I go here, okay, in R4 I have to clear it. Clear IP BGP star soft. Show IP BGP. Now 6 it went right. Okay, now let's come back to R1 and type show IP BGP. Here we got 6666. Now it is saying I am learning via 14.00. Now the weight here is 0. By default, weight will be 0 only. Now we'll increase the weight towards 12.002. So what I will tell, I'll go to, I'll be in R1. Let's configure weight. Access list already have 10, okay. Configure terminal. Route map called weight. You can give any name, just giving name for remembering. Route map weight. Set weight as 200 or let's keep it as 100. Match for whom? For match IP address in 10. Now, router BGP 10. If my neighbor is 12.002, then route map called wait has to be applied in the inbound direction. Clear IP BGP star. Sorry. Show IP BGP. But this weight has to increase. Let's wait for, okay, already increased. It's increased for 100 is one. But I think ACL I didn't configure here, right? R1, sorry for that. So I have configured ACL and not configured ACL in R1. So map matching has not have properly happened. Let's see. Show access list. Anything have? Show IP access list. Nothing. Configure terminal. IP access list. 10. Permit. Sorry. Access list 10. Permit 6660 000255. Sorry. That's it. Let me show you show running configuration now. Here you can see route map weight has been applied in the inbound direction. And what weight is saying? The route map is saying the weight matches the IP address called on 10 series, 10 here. And I'm applying the weight as 100. Simple. Now I just check here. Clear IP BGP star soft. Show IP BGP. Now it is good. Now you can see. Now for reaching any prefix, it is taking 12.002 as the next hop because the weight has been applied in this particular neighbors. So this is all about this one. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use AS Prepend. AS Prepend means these are applied outbound to manipulate inbound path selection. What if I don't have access to these routers? I am from R3 and I want RA to be preferred as the best path compared to R3. Let's check out how R1 is treating the IP once again now after removing. Show IP BGP. Now here R1 is saying that hey, for 6666, I'll choose 14.004 as the next hop. Because here the path is only 40, 30, and I. Now what if I try to change? I will add more prefix in the bottom side. I'll tell here the path is very big path. Now you might be thinking, still R4 means seeing this output, people normally think how this path has changed because I'm seeing 14.004 only. After applying weight, nothing changed, you might think, but it's wrong. Please check here. It says star, valid, and best. Okay, you should have the best symbol. The best symbol proves that I am choosing this as the best one compared to the top one. So after applying weight, what happened? This became the best path. Now before it was 14, now it became 12. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to R3. Go to R3 and let's add more BGP AS number for 6666 so that it increases the size of the BGP number. Here it is path, you can see we are 12.002, the path is 2030. Let me add more AS in that. If I add more AS in that, ultimately this will become the best one because through this 14.004, I have to cross only 2 AS. But through for him, I have to cross more number of AS. So let's configure on R3. Let's go here. I will do this. Configure terminal. Once again, access list 10, permit 6.6.6.0.00000.255. Route map. I'll say this as AS prep. Match IP address from 10. Set local preference as set AS prepend, AS path prepend as will simply add 20, 20, 20 for 3-4 times. So that we add our own AS multiple times. Now we have to apply this. So AS prepend, as you can see, it is applied outbound to manipulate inbound path selection. Let's apply that. So route map, router BGP 20. If neighbor is 23.002, then route map AS prep out. That's it. Now if I come back to my R2 or R1, and if you just check, let's clear the BGP of R3 only. So that do not use clear IP BGP star. Don't hit enter with the star symbol because this will bring down the entire BGP down and then it will reload everything. So always use the command with ending with soft. So that only the BGP routes will be refreshed, not the entire thing. So come back to R1. Now see what happened. Now it's saying, hey, we are 12.002. I'm seeing lot of AS. So, but it is still not choosing this as the best. See, the valid and best symbol is here. It is not telling I will choose this as the best one. Why? Because weight is given higher preference compared to AS prepend in your path selection attribute. That's why I want to show you. So I didn't remove that weight. say when you configure both wait and local wait and AS path prepend, wait will win. First, BGP sees wait. After that only it will see other things. That's why nothing has changed. Let's remove the wait configuration now. Router BGP 10. If my neighbor is 12.0.0.2, route map, wait, stay in. That's it. If I, sorry, we have to remove now. Router BGP 10. No. Okay. So IP BGP. Nothing has changed. So let's clear. Clear IP BGP. Start. Now see. Now it is telling 14.004 is the best one, not the 12.002. Simple. Because of the AS path. Similar way, you can use MED also now. MED also applied outbound to manipulate inbound path selection. Now I'll go to R8 to play around with MED. R8. So we can simply configure metric. Configure terminal, router, access list 10, permit. Route map, med, match IP address from 10, set metric, that's what med, as like 200. This will be applied outbound. So router BGP 40, if my neighbor is 48.004, then route map will be met in the outbound direction. Let's give it some time. So lower the med is always preferred, higher the med is not preferred. So here I'm mentioning 200. If I go to my R3 and mention as 100, then that will be chosen as the best one. So take an action, clear IP, BGP, stop. Let's come back to R4, sorry, R1, show IP, BGP. Here you can see metric became 200. But still, now you can see, even though metric is 200, here it is 0. I'm not choosing this as the best one, right? This as the best one. Why? Because while looking into best path selection, your AS path comparison will come first. After that only metric will come in the 11 attributes of BGP. That's why this is not going. So let's change this. Now I'll remove the AS path prepend command. It is applied where? It's in R2. It's in applied in R3. Let's go to R3. Configure terminal, router BGP 20. No neighbor 23.002. Route map AS prep out. That's it. Let's do that. Clear IP BGP star soft. Come back to R1 and check now. Is it removed? It's not removed yet. Just give me some more time. Did I upload the right router R3? Show running configuration. Let me just verify the configuration part. Correct only. This was the router which was impacted. Now I informed I have removed that line itself, as you can see. It should go off in some time. Now it went off. Now it is telling what? Now it is no more choosing 14.004. Now it is telling I will choose 12.002 only. Why? Because now the metric is 0 here. So these are the different ways using which you can manipulate the path selection, mainly using 4 attributes. Apart from that, to choose the right path, we have those 11 attributes, which we know. So that's how you work on the basic path manipulation on BGP level. Thank you. Now, if you guys have any question, please ask me or ping in chat.